Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. If you're here, please say hello as always and put a like so I know that you're here. And please kindly share this live on Twitter so more people can see it. If you can hear me, please kindly let me know that you can hear me. How's the mic? Can you guys hear me? Everything okay? Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Enjoying your week? Drop a hi so I know that you're present. Anyway, I just wanted to go live for a few short minutes and talk about what's going on in the market. We're at the point in the market where Bitcoin has finally dropped roughly 50%, and altcoins like XRP have finally dropped roughly 70%. And I've been saying this for years throughout the last cycles that the accumulation phase for me begins for Bitcoin between the roughly 50% crash and the 80% crash. So you start accumulating there basically without trying to catch the bottom, preferably at new lows. And we're in that phase, so the accumulation period has started. Also, same goes for alts. XRP has dropped 70%, and it's in that 70 to roughly 85% drawdown. And for me, it's time to start accumulating XRP and the old coins that I'm interested in, like Ethereum also. So that's what I'm doing. I've been accumulating. My members know how much percentage of my portfolio I've allocated, what I have bought, and what I plan to do next. Sentiment is finally at the place where it's getting worse. Unfortunately, all these unfortunate events are bad, but I mean that in terms of what we know from experience, when it's time to start accumulating, every single accumulation period is accompanied by poor sentiment and bad news. We're finally there. Uh, there are a few factors that are not aligning yet, so we don't have a 100% picture of what's going to happen. But we don't need a 100% picture, right? Like I keep saying, we're not magicians to buy the exact bottom and sell the exact top. We're here just to buy low, preferably lower, sell high, preferably higher. So just start dollar cost averaging in after a big crash and buying at new lows, preferably, and then start selling on the way up after a decent pump without price predictions and trying to predict the market to the T. No one has been able to do that consistently. No one will ever be able to do that consistently. If these people existed, they would all be billionaires and trillionaires. They don't exist. So there are people that are just good enough, and good enough is buying low, selling high. What is low and high enough? Well, currently it's already low enough for me, so I started accumulating, like I said, and I'll continue accumulating on the way down. Uh, and when it will be high enough, I'll start selling. I don't think that we're like once again. I'm not calling for a bottom. I'm not obsessed with chasing bottoms. I'm calling for the accumulation phase or what people refer to as the bear market. I don't believe in bear markets and bull markets. I believe in the accumulation period. That's what people refer to as bear market and take profit phase, which is the bull market. And I think once people start looking in that way, it will be much easier and much better for investors because when they start calling it bear market and bull market, it starts sounding scary. So in order for it not to sound scary, you need to start basically looking at it as opportunity and phrasing things correctly. When things crash, it's opportunity. When things pump, it's opportunity. When it's crash, it's opportunity to buy. When they pump, it's opportunity to sell. Right now, there's opportunity to buy it. Unfortunately, as always, we're seeing that people are capitulating. People are getting out of the market. Nobody wants to start buying. They're either too scared or they're trying to catch the exact bottom. Same thing that happened the last few cycles. When I was already buying at 5K, people didn't want to buy. They were waiting for $1,500. That was very popular. That never happened. Bitcoin bottomed at roughly $3,600. Then the cycle after that, we had everyone calling for 12K. It was very popular because of big influencers. Never happened. Bitcoin bottomed at 15,600. And if you had already started buying at 2070K all the way down to 15K, you would have done already very well and well enough because Bitcoin went to 126K after that. My point is basically, uh, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be good and good enough, right, to outperform the majority of the market and perform well. Buy after big crashes, low and lower. Here we are, big crashes have happened. And wait, sit in your hands, wait for the pumps and start selling. Uh, I am in the phase where I'll be looking to add more into the market. So I've already started buying and I'm looking for extra opportunity to start buying coins besides XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And I'll be posting that for my members as always, right? If you're, by the way, interested in joining, here's the link. I just published market update just now, literally 5 minutes ago before going live for all members. So please, if you're a member, please kindly make sure that you read that. If not, I suggest you join and read the updates and learn uh, and see what my thoughts are. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I don't think that basically, like, I'm not saying that things can get worse. They definitely can. Percentages and time frames, or despite time frames being only a secondary metric, suggest that there's definitely potential for further opportunity to buy. But I don't think it should be all doom and gloom. I think it should be looked at as opportunity, and people should be excited and happy about that, right? Time to be afraid will be once we have pumped significantly again, just like when Bitcoin was at roughly 110K and Ethereum was trading at roughly like close to its all-time highs. The fact that it wasn't breaching and we had all these confluence of events, gold going parabolic, silver going parabolic, Ethereum not breaching its all-time highs, not going parabolic, and therefore, since it's the number one blue chip altcoins were weak. Bitcoin having already pumped and being near the 4-year mark, along with the news of adoption and the super cycle theory and Raw Paul and other people being popular that this time we're not going to crash. Those were all signs for me to get out of the market and be scared. And I was scared and I sold 90%. As my members know, it was updated live, right? So same thing is happening now. I didn't need to sell exactly at 126K. Uh, Doing so at the 108 Bitcoin, where it was trading at 108, and doing that when XRP was at $2.52, and when ETH was close to its all-time highs, was good enough once again. So right now, same goes for bottom formations. You don't need to buy the exact bottom. You just need to look for bottom formation. Realize that this opportunity to start buying, start dollar cost averaging, and sitting on your hands and basically buying if the market goes lower, buying at new lows. That's all pretty much what I wanted to say. Members, please make sure that you read the update that was just published. Yeah, and that's that. Other than that, I'm currently relaxing at the beach, spending the day with my wife. I'm gonna go have a few cocktails, and yeah, enjoy life. I suggest you do the same, my friends. Enjoy life. Don't be afraid during the accumulation phase. Remember, it's not a bear market; it's the accumulation phase, right? And During the accumulation phase, bear markets, that's where basically future profits are made. You have to press buy sooner or later, just like you have to press sell sooner or later to actually lock those profits in. Um, I'm going to answer members and subscribers here. So Drabo was saying, "Good morning, Rob. Good morning, my friend. How are you?" 8847 saying, "Good morning from Scotland. Hi there. How are you doing?" International Crypto Asset Ninja. My friend, hello. It's good to see you here. As always, I'm very glad that you're here. Nick, it's good to see you, brother. Uh, International Crypto Asset Ninja saying, "Hope the family is well and good. You look slimmer and better." Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I definitely have lost a lot of weight, although I gained some back now because I've been, not only working out and doing cardio, but I've been hitting the weights and, I've put on a significant amount of muscle also, muscle mass. So yeah, that's that. Please kind of put a like, my friends. Share this on Twitter, please, and wherever you can, so that more people can watch this. And as I've mentioned before, I would like to say that for me, the holy trinity of crypto is Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. Those are the main coins I'll be accumulating this cycle, and that I am accumulating this cycle. But I will be allocating another 10%, and maybe later on as much as 15% into other coins. There will no longer be small caps and mid caps like the last time. There will be good projects still. Some of these projects are well known, and I'll be putting money into those. Yeah, I'll be accumulating them one by one as will transition into the uh, bull market and take profit phase. Yeah, that's that. All right, my friends. I'll catch you later, and have an amazing day. Another market update coming tomorrow, members. Don't miss it. Make sure you read the market update tomorrow too. Bye bye.